Hey everyone, welcome back to a new second channel video. I know it's been a while since I posted over on this channel. I just haven't had any motivation nor good ideas. However, LEGO just unveiled a lot of new Pokemon garbage that we should probably talk about. You know, me being a huge Pokemon fan and all of that. I'm also a big LEGO fan, except that title is getting less and less true by the day, it seems, because a lot of this I hate very much. And I will say, again, the new stuff are these two things. We also have all of this up here. All of this was revealed yesterday as of the time of recording this video. Again, these four things and these two things, they will be the main meat of this video, I guess you could say. We also have all of the Smart Play junk that I have not talked about just yet, at least not extensively in video form. Figured why not cover all of that, you know, in one video here on the super epic second channel. I will say I have previously talked about these three sets: the Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, and the Pikachu, and the Eevee. The Eevee is the only one of those three that I actually own in real life. So the Eevee I did buy. I love the Eevee. I think the Eevee's adorable. It's not like perfect, but I do agree with the 4.7 out of 5-star rating here on Lego.com. Very solid set. These two can go die, especially the Pikachu. Absolutely disgusting. And this, no thanks. I don't think I need to pay $650 for this. I'm good. But like I said, we are going to be covering all of the Smart Play stuff as well as the new stuff that was just unveiled yesterday. Now, fair warning, I don't like a lot of this, so this video will be extremely negative. If you would like positive opinions, I would highly recommend checking out the sponsored reviews. You can probably find positive opinions when those come out. However, let's talk about the new stuff first, then we will get into all of the Smart Play garbage, and we will just go from there. Okay, so first of all, we have the red keychain, which honestly, might be the best set of the entire lineup, and it's a keychain. That just goes to show how low the bar actually is here. $6 seems a little expensive, not gonna lie, October 1st. But again, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the character Red from the Pokemon games, but as a keychain. Wowzers. I will say the minifigure design looks good. If I could get the thing in the center of the frame. Nope, guess not, but it's Red. If you've played the Pokemon games, especially the Kanto stuff, you know what Red is all about. You know who he is, and he looks good. I like the minifigure design. I think it's accurate to the design that we see in the games, more specifically the Fire Red, Leaf Green design, which I prefer over the original. Not gonna lie. So yeah, not a bad character design. I think this is the same one from the Pokeball set, just as a keychain, and honestly, this might be the only way that I am going to get my hands on this figure. Just kind of sucks that it's going to be in keychain form, but it is what it is. I do like that they are doing game stuff, though, like game characters as minifigures. We will talk more about that here with our next item, which is this, the Iconic Trainer Moments Pokeball. Now, this one also says October 1st. I'm not sure if that's a mistake. I thought it was coming out August 1st. Maybe it's on back order already. That would be insane. Yeah, so as you can see, first things first, we have more minifigures. We have the same Red with a Pokeball. The Pokeballs look really good. You get 3 of them in this set. Pretty epic, not gonna lie. But yeah, the Red minifigure looks good. Professor Oak looks okay. That's the Pokedex there, sure. Then you have this rando. Not even blue? You couldn't put blue in this? Why I don't get it. Why would it not be Red, Professor Oak, and blue, right? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this set not supposed to depict you getting your starter at the beginning of Red and Blue and Fire Red and Leaf Green and any other Kanto game? So why would you not include the other trainer? Why would it be some random, some rando? This isn't even a named character. Seriously? What sense does that make? None. It makes no sense. So right away, you can see my issues with this set. Now, I do like the little Eevee, the little Pikachu, whatever. Pikachu looks kind of demented. It's fine, right? That's like the least of my concerns here. Also, This is just a big Pokeball, right? $300 for the big Pokeball. Super overpriced. Absolutely not. I don't think so. I think 200 max would be appropriate, or maybe they could just not do super expensive Pokemon sets and lock the minifigures behind said sets, because these guys are going to go for insane prices. Can already tell you that. But the main, I guess, gimmick of this entire thing, I wonder if it shows it in video form here. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, you can open it up, right? And inside, there's a neat little display which shows a Pokemon battle. If I could find pictures of it, there you go. Little Pokemon battle between Eevee and Pikachu. And again, like I said, the getting your first Pokemon. You got to make a choice. Do you want the fire lizard, the turtle, or the frog? Who knows? It's weird that they are not included in this set, to be honest with you. But, you know, a lot of stuff about this set is weird. A lot of strange choices, to say the least. And to top it all off, again, $300. Needless to say, I am not getting this one. Next up, we have Rayquaza. And man, I am so let down by this one. This one looks so weak. Now, I was super excited for this one when the listings came out, because Rayquaza sounded awesome, you know, a non-Gen 1 legendary as like a flagship standalone set. Yeah, sign me up. Then the pictures came out and he just looks so derpy. He looks unfinished. He doesn't look like Rayquaza to me. Well, okay, it looks like Rayquaza, but when you take a closer look, it looks like he has like a chest plate here. It looks like he's wearing armor. The arms look robotic, not very much like organic arms. It just feels like they made a lot of choices here that negatively affected this design and just makes it look so much lesser than it could be. Yeah, dude, some of these angles are insane. Now, it does come with a base, which, you know, whoop-de-doo. It comes with a base that artificially, you know, increases the price. Did not need this extensive of a base, can tell you that much. It does include a figure, though, Zinnia, which is a, you know, a bold choice, I guess you could say. It does make sense, though, if you've played, like, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, you would know why she's such a big deal, and especially with, like, Rayquaza involved. She also does have a Mega Stone, which I do appreciate. Now, I will say, I would love to get that piece in real life. I'm a big Mega Evolution fan just in general, but I'm not paying $130 just to get one, you know, 1x1 round tile or whatever. Absolutely not. Plus, the Zinnia minifigure looks a little chopped, dare I say. I think her hair, I can't even find like a nice close-up of this figure. I think LEGO's trying to hide it because they know that it's bad. The hair piece doesn't look great. They could have had one that better matched her design in the games. I don't think the Nia bob works for her, not at all. So overall, I mean, this set could have been so much more than what it was. Super disappointing. I might get it at some point just to see if I can modify it to make it better, but I was super excited for this one. I was like, yeah, a LEGO Rayquaza set. It's gonna be sick. Nope. Looks stupid. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, we have Munchlax, which, sure, you know, I like Snorlax. I used to use a competitive Snorlax back when I used to play competitive Pokemon many moons ago. So Munchlax, you know, sure. I have like a passing interest in Munchlax as a Pokemon. I prefer Snorlax, but Munchlax is okay. And I do appreciate another Pokemon set that's not Gen 1 related. I mean, Munchlax is kind of, you know, Gen 1 adjacent, I guess, because he does evolve into a Gen 1 Pokemon, but Munchlax is a Gen 4 Pokemon, which is my favorite gen. So I do appreciate this set. It looks cute enough, you know, it is what it is. I'm not sure if I'm going to get this one because I do think it might be a little bit more expensive than it should be. It could have been a lot cheaper. You could get rid of the entire base, the tree stump. You didn't need that. He sits just fine on his own. I will say he kind of needs maybe something food related on account of he is Munchlax, but maybe not like 3 distinct apples. Again, kind of artificially inflates the piece count, which in turn inflates the price. It is what it is. But overall, this one's not too bad. It's not as offensive as it could be. Kind of reminds me of the Eevee to an extent. No idea if I'm going to get this one. Probably not. If it was Snorlax, maybe I'd feel a lot stronger about it. But Munchlax, he's not a bad Pokemon, and I do think that this set looks pretty good. I just don't know if I'd be willing to pay $70 for Munchlax, you know? I don't like Munchlax that much, but this one is certainly not offensive. Now, Arcanine, I think, also looks pretty good. Kind of reminds me a lot of the Eevee, you know? Similar texturing going on, very similar kind of vibe. Obviously, both Pokemon come from Generation 1 as well, so another similarity there. Unfortunately, I don't really care enough about Arcanine to justify spending over $100 on this set, but I can acknowledge that it is a very good set, and I do like it a lot, if I'm being honest with you. I think it looks solid. I think it could have been a little cheaper, obviously, but I think it's priced somewhat fairly. But yeah, I mean, I just don't really have that much history with Arcanine. He's a cool Pokemon. I used one in Black and White 2. I have one on my current Fire Red team for the Nintendo Switch release. So, I mean, it's not like I don't know Arcanine. I just don't feel like I can justify spending this much money on Arcanine, you know? But overall, I think this is a pretty solid looking build. Not like perfect, again, but it does remind me a lot of the Eevee, which, as you guys know, I like. So maybe I'll grab this one, maybe. I just can't see myself buying it, at least not at launch. Next on the agenda, we have this monstrosity. Oh my good God. What have they done? So this is an upscaled red minifigure. It's exactly what it sounds like. The red minifigure, except upscaled, brick built. This looks like complete and utter garbage. This looks absolutely dreadful. I hate everything about this. Pokeball looks atrocious. Are you serious? Look at how, oh my God. Look at how stupid that Pokeball looks. It's not even round. Dog, it's not even round. Absolutely not. And also Red himself just looks, he looks gross. He looks like a monster. This doesn't look like no minifigure. I was never a fan of these like upscaled minifigures because again, they just don't look like minifigures to me. They lack the charm. They lack it's just no. No. I don't like this at all. $80 by the way. $80 that you will never get out of me. No. I refuse. This one is really dumb. Now, the only thing that I can say that's positive about it, and this is a very, very loose positive. However, it might be in scale with some, not all, but some of the Smart Play Pokemon. So if you got this and you got a lot of the Smart Play garbage, you could realistically give Red some kind of in scale Pokemon companions. But other than that, this one, an absolute joke. This one is by far my least favorite of the entire lineup. This looks terrible. This looks just absolutely awful. I hate everything about this. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about the Smart Play stuff. So the Smart Play, you know, Lego stuff, I obviously don't like. I think most people absolutely hate the Smart Play gimmick. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work from what I've seen, and it artificially inflates the prices of these sets. First of all, though, we have the Mewtwo Lab Breakout. I'm surprised that they did not do Mewtwo as some kind of like big, expensive adult collectible set. They totally could do one in the future. I mean, some Pokemon do cross over between the Smart Play whatever and, you know, the more high-end products, and most of them look like garbage, so whatever. But yeah, this one, I mean, it's okay. It's Mewtwo. Hooray for Mewtwo. Mewtwo was never my favorite legendary. He's cool, but like, I'm not going to spend $70 to buy this. I don't think so. Again, maybe if they come out with like a more high-end collectible version of him and it doesn't look like complete trash, maybe I'll consider it. But as of right now, I am probably going to pass on this one. I don't know. It's not the most offensive Pokemon Smart Play product. I just don't care. I do like the inclusion of the Master Ball, though. But again, why are these Pokeballs not round? Come on. Next, we have Smart Play Training House with Pikachu. $70 for the 400 pieces. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. So this includes the Smart Brick, which is why it's $70, and it makes Pikachu look horrible. Yeah, just slap that right in there. Totally. These are so gross. I hate this so much. Comes with a charging pad, I guess. Sure. Whatever. Yeah, the Pikachu looks bad. We have the not round Pokeball making a return once again. Could they have not just made a new part for the Pokeball? Seriously? What are we doing? Yeah, that's that. Nothing really positive to say about this one. Not gonna get it. Do not care. Just no. The Smart Play Jigglypuff concert is next, and good God, what did they do to you? Why does it look like half of these Pokemon just fell into like radioactive sludge and came out like that? Like, what is going on? Ew! Dude, why? Smart Brick not included, by the way. Because of course not. Why would it be? Yeah, I'm gonna pass on you. No thank you. I am very okay. $15, it's, you know, cheap compared to all the rest of the garbage, but still, $15 that I do not need to spend. Next, we have at least an interesting one. Umbreon versus Garchomp Championship Battle. So first of all, I appreciate the lack of Gen 1 Pokemon here. That's nice. I'm not a Gen 1 hater or anything. I just think Generation 1 is oversaturated, overexposed, and overrated, dare I say. Ooh, controversial opinion. But no, I mean, you know, Umbreon is Gen 1 adjacent, evolves from Eevee, but it's a Gen 2 Pokemon. Garchomp, Gen 4. My favorite gen, love me some Garchomp. Garchomp is absolutely awesome, so I love that Garchomp is being included here. But Garchomp would be so awesome as, again, like a higher end like buildable model. I think they could do something really cool, like do some of the same techniques as the Ninjago dragons. What's going on with my page here? Use some of the same techniques as the Ninjago dragons, and you can have yourself a pretty sweet looking Garchomp. This one is kind of frumpy because, again, it's supposed to accommodate the stupid Smart Brick gimmick, which, whatever. But you do get Umbreon, Garchomp, two decent Pokemon. They look okay in terms of builds. Umbreon's kind of a little too buff. You know, Umbreon's not supposed to be like built like that. You know, he's kind of skinny, kind of, you know, he's sneaky, right? He's not jacked. He's not roided out. You also get a trophy. Hooray for the trophy. And a not round Pokeball. Got to include as much stuff as possible to artificially jack up that piece count. Yeah. So again, not the most offensive Smart Play set ever. I like the inclusion of Umbreon and Garchomp more specifically. But again, I'm just not going to bother with any of the Smart Play stuff. Here we have an interesting one. Smart Play TM Berry Bash with Bulbasaur and Bidoof. A lot of B's. Berry Bash, Bulbasaur, Bidoof. Okay, let's talk about this one, because honestly, I don't think this one's bad for 20 bucks. 20 bucks, you get two Pokemon. Cool. 10 bucks each, get a bunch of other side stuff too. Sure, and the Pokemon look decent. I mean, you know, it's Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur looks a little flat from the sides. Should be maybe more round. Bidoof looks fine. You know, Bidoof, another Gen 4 Pokemon. I can appreciate that as a big Gen 4 fan. Yeah, I mean, this one's not too bad. Of course, it is compatible with the Smart Play stuff, but at least the bricks or whatever, it doesn't, like, you know, intrude on the design. Like, sure, there's going to be a gap on the top and on the bottom, but at least looking head on, they don't look too bad with the bricks actually installed, you know? So yeah, I mean, this one's not too bad. It's not super offensive. Still not going to get it, you know, because I have no reason to. But I can appreciate this one. I can at least say that this one might have at least like decent value at the very bare minimum, which for the Lego Pokemon theme, the franchise, whatever, it's really saying something. Next up, we have Smart Play Charizard vs. Jolteon Ultimate Battle. Charizard's going down, dude. Jolteon's gonna wreck Charizard. Okay, so let's talk about this one. Whoa, mama. $120 for... No. Nope. Too expensive. Too expensive, man. I don't think so. Oh, does it come with a Smart Brick? I think so. Yeah, it says right here. Oh, it comes with two Smart Bricks. Wow. No wonder it's so expensive. Yeah, not gonna really bother with this one. This kind of looks like, you know, maybe the Umbreon and Garchomp set, like the same kind of vibe. but, you know, just not significantly worse, you know, because it's not Umbreon and Garchomp, it's Jolteon and Charizard. I'm not a Jolteon hater. I like Jolteon enough. Charizard, I'm not super big on, you know, it's whatever. So yeah, no real reason for me to get this set. I think I'm going to pass on this one. It doesn't even look like it's fun to play with, man. You got 2 targets and whatever. I don't really care about this one. Just kind of feels cheap for $120. You can spend that money somewhere else. Here we have another interesting one, Charmander and Geodude's Cavern Clash. So this one's kind of similar to the Bulbasaur and the Bidoof one, in the sense that it includes, you know, 2 Pokemon, some terrain for $20, around that price point too. Not bad for 20. I would have loved to have seen maybe 15. Yeah, 15 seems about... Yeah, 15 probably would have been a lot better, but 20, you know, sure. I'm personally not going to buy this one for 20. No reason to. Charmander looks whatever. Geodude looks whatever. Neither of these are my favorite Pokemon, so I don't care too much. But yeah, I mean, like I said about the, you know, Bidoof and Bulbasaur, $20 for 2 Pokemon and some terrain could have been a lot worse. Yeah, it could have been this. So this is Cubone and Gengar's Spooky Showdown. Oh boy, hope I don't get scared. No, I will be scared, because what on God's green earth is this Gengar? Ew, you can, I don't know if I like that. You can move his tongue back and forth. Ooh, no, I mean, I get that's a Gengar thing, but Gengar looks demented. He looks like a haunted, like, Rubik's Cube. He's too square. He's like not as round as Gengar should be. Cubone, funny enough, looks decent. I mean, you know, little orphan boy. He's okay. He's okay looking. I don't mind him. Gengar can go die. I'm not a big fan of Gengar. Not by any means. I love how they have like the reference image here too. So you get what Gengar is supposed to look like, and then you just have this. No, just buy a Gengar action figure, man. At least it'll be like proportionately accurate. $90 for this one. Yeah, I don't think so. This feels like a little much in my opinion. I prefer the other 2-pack sets because they are cheaper. This one, a little bit too expensive, and I don't feel like you are getting your value out of this set. Not as much as the other ones, that's for sure. At least Cubone looks good. Gengar, no, atrocious. Okay, next on the agenda, we have whatever's going on here. Smart Play TM, Trainer's Buggy Adventure with Squirtle. Okay, so my first question, where's the trainer? Where is said trainer? Trainer is nowhere to be found. Trainer don't exist. Misleading title there. Next up, my next question, why does Squirtle have a car? What? Is it like some Squirtle Squad stuff? Like we gotta drive the cars and put out the fires? I guess, man, maybe I missed that episode of the show. Now, the Squirtle, okay, yeah, he looks maybe a little too tall, maybe a little too skinny. He should be more squat, in my opinion. I have seen Squirtles before. I feel like there's something wrong about this Squirtle. I just don't get the need to give him a car. Like that, it feels like Squirtle has like a Ninjago vehicle. Like what? Like why does Squirtle need a car? I appreciate the burger. You know, everybody enjoys a good burger. Maybe not like vegetarians, but most people enjoy a good burger. I just don't. No. Could be a little bit more expensive, to be honest. I mean, 320 pieces. I was expecting them to charge like $40-50 for this thing. Price seems somewhat fair. This doesn't really feel like $30 worth of value necessarily, but it's certainly a better deal than a lot of the other Lego Pokemon sets. I despise these not round Pokeballs. Why did we squish them in? It looks like someone like compressed a Pokeball. Like they put it in one of those hydraulic presses. No. Yeah, and here's a better look at the car. It looks like garbage. I don't know. This one's just confusing. Hurts my brain. Moving on. Almost done. We have a few more to go. We have the Eevee and Lapras Treasure Hunt. Okay, so the Eevee is kind of like a condensed version of the big Eevee, the one that I own. Looks okay. Could have been a lot worse. You know, Eevee looks to be whatever. Lapras looks okay too. It has one of those ugly smart brick gaps on it. Could have been a lot worse though. Yeah, the Lapras looks fine. I'm not offended by either of these Pokemon. in terms of how they look. The treasure stuff is whatever. You get the smart tags and all that good stuff. Nice little terrain build too. Yeah, this one's not like complete garbage. I just don't really feel the need to get it because I don't love Lapras enough to buy this just for the Lapras build. I've used a Lapras before, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I have an emotional connection to Lapras because I don't. And the Eevee, I have the big Eevee. So there's really no reason for me to get this set. So I'm probably going to pass on this one too. $60 for 623 pieces could have been a lot worse. I do think, you know, here's my thing with the Smart Play stuff though. Every single Smart Play set should include a brick, right? And it shouldn't artificially inflate the price. Maybe that's not possible in today's day and age of consumer culture, but I wish it was. In a perfect world, we would have perfect products. Next up, we have Smart Play TM Drone Search for the Mystical Mew. Yeah, so a Mew-focused set. Again, interesting that they did not put Mew and Mewtwo in like one specific higher-end collector's set. Maybe they will do that eventually, do like a 2-pack Mew versus Mewtwo, you know, some Pokemon first movie type stuff. But yeah, I mean, Drone Search for Mystical Mew. We have a big Pokemon drone. No idea where that came from. You could have taken that out altogether and just had Mew in like the ruins. What country does Mew come from again? Like somewhere in South America, I think. I have no idea. Yeah, we could have just removed the drone. The drone could have been gone. Would have made this set a lot cheaper. Probably would have made it a lot more appealing as well because I know a lot of people love Mew. But I don't want to buy this set just to get Mew and have to buy a drone and all this other garbage along with it. No, thank you. $50, 429 pieces, a little bit too expensive than it should be. You get a great ball, or this isn't even a ball. What would you call this shape? A rounded object that sort of resembles a great ball from Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know about this one, champ. I don't know about this one. The Mew looks okay. Could have been a lot better, but yeah, I just don't get everything else that's going on in this set. Not gonna get it. And finally, the last set, we have Smart Play, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly Battle. So the new guys from the most recent game. Surprising, honestly. It's surprising that LEGO would make stuff for like the most recent gen, but I suppose it does make sense. I mean, this is the game that is currently on the market, you know, Pokemon Scarlet, Violet. Say what you will about the games. You know, they're okay. But these 3 Pokemon, you get the 3 starters of the Paldea region. Almost forgot the name of the region. It's been a minute since I've played Scarlet and Violet. So you get the 3 starters, and I think Sprigatito looks the best. You know, it's a cat, you know, weed cat. I like cats. Yeah, so he looks good. He looks fine. Fuecoco looks kind of demented, but could have been a lot worse. I mean, it kind of does capture Fuecoco's kind of derpy vibe. Quaxly looks dumb, but then again, Quaxly looked dumb on its own. I hate Quaxly with a passion, but it's what you expect, you know? It's what you expect this set to be. The 3 Pokemon and a little gambling wheel. Terrific. $35, 313 pieces. I personally am not going to get this one. This just doesn't feel like good value to me. And plus, I don't love, you know, the Gen 9 starters as much as other people might like. If they released like a Gen 3 or a Gen 4 triple pack for the starters, maybe I'd consider it. But these guys, I don't think so. Sorry. So that's going to pretty much do it. That has been all of the LEGO Pokemon stuff. Like I said, man, I'm a big Pokemon fan and, you know, to a lesser extent nowadays, a big LEGO fan, but a lot of this is just disappointing. Some of them I do like, but I don't really care about the Pokemon itself here. I can admit that it's a good set, but I'm not the biggest Arcanine fan in the world. Again, this is this is just laughable. And again, all of the Smart Play stuff looks like complete trash to me. Not gonna buy any of that. In fact, I think I will just stick with my boy Eevee down here, being the sole LEGO Pokemon set that I do end up picking up. Maybe I will grab Rayquaza at some point. I know for sure if I find this keychain, I will pick it up. But the rest of this, no thank you. So yeah, like I said, definitely not a positive video. video here, but then again, I want to be honest with you, and I have nothing positive to say, or I have very little positive things to say, but you guys get the idea. It's going on for far too long, so let's wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Leave all of your thoughts in the comments about all the new Pokemon slop, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out this video. Maybe there will be more soon. Maybe we will take another 7-month break. Who knows?